What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is about the 5th or 6th time I've tried this intro, so this is going in regardless. Miserable weather to kickstart the week, and I thought it would be a bit warmer because of the rain, but sadly it is not. It is still freezing cold and body temperature has dropped, hence all the layers. Speaking of sad things, I have got a full day in work today, so I'll not be able to do my double training sessions, although I could still run depending on what time or how long it takes to get my lifting done, but I don't want to rush to that to try and run to have them both be pretty poor. So basically it just means I'll just push my intervals to tomorrow morning, and I think I've finally made a decision on which laptop I'm going to get. I think I'm going to go for the Yoga Pro 9i 16-inch. Obviously I need to configure it, but it does seem to be the best all-round laptop for sort of content and also maybe a little bit of gaming as well. And this tripod I bought is useless for this camera, this is why it just fell. But yeah, that's what it's about. But right now I'm gonna enjoy this coffee, defrost, dive into Monday's meeting, and then crack on with the day. And that's coffee number 2 done, along with breakfast. I'm gonna stick with that, splitting the coffee up in the morning and afternoon for a while, see how it goes. It did work on Friday. I feel like I didn't like crash normally after having to train and coach. My energy level normally crash, but I kept a decent amount anyway. I'll just show you this. We'll head through into the other room. Something that I've got out of my cupboard the other day was when Kelly used it. Again, I'm the type of person who, if something's out of sight, it's out of mind and I forget about it very easily. And it's something called a acupuncture mat. Don't know if anyone's used one before. We shall prop you guys down the floor. Hopefully this tripod doesn't fall. And it is one of these, and yes I am wearing Crocs because they are comfy up aligned ones. An acupuncture mat. Don't know if anyone's used one before. It's basically just little plastic spikes that act as acupuncture. Just add a bit of pressure, gets the blood flowing. Something I used when I injured my back many moons ago. I used to lie in it before the gym sessions, and basically just put on my glutes and lower back. Just initially gets really warm and just gets blood flowing to the area. It's not just like acupuncture, but it's good for just getting blood flow better than from one. And just basically it's always best to go on bare skin. I have to take the top off for this one, and then what you do is lie down, and just try and relax. It's not quite like a bed of nails, but it is very relaxing. So we'll lie here for a minute or two. Yeah, that wasn't very long, but you can probably see I've got a very heavy back, so I apologise for that. Back is probably very well, I can't see it. It's only probably less than 30 seconds. But yeah, I like to roll around on that. I used to anyway. I'm going to start doing more probably off screen now. Get it again on the lats. And just, yeah, something that helps get blood flow to tight areas. And just other tools to help with recovery, blood flow, mobility. And just all important as each other. So I'm going to start adding that because I tend to just sit and slouch when I'm editing on the computer. I've got a standing desk, but I rarely use it for standing, which sort of defeats the purpose of why I got it really. But I'm going to do a little bit more of that. Grab some lunch to take with me after training, and then we'll head over to the gym and get stuck into session number 1. I'm probably not going to run today because the weather is awful.
But I'm like, I live in it.
Name me a better sound like that in the gym. Nothing quite like Alico on Alico. Just that nice glide. Thought I'd mix it up today and get out the weightlifting barbell and use the weightlifting plates. It's probably the only movement I can use with on deadlifts as well. But I think I kind of figured out why these sessions haven't gone great in the past. That's because I like to have that drive and go and drive somewhere else to go and train rather than train where I work. Just to gives me like a change of mindset, because when I'm here, I'm always, if people are in as well, I'm always keeping an eye on them rather than staying focused on my session. It's like, not that they distract me in a way, but you know, I'm not fully focusing on my session, I'm focusing on them as well. So yeah, That's why I've come now. I've still got about an hour before anyone turns up. Been here for a little bit before, a little bit while. English, but yeah. I'm going to see if this makes a difference using the Eleco equipment, and then hopefully squats go well. Currently going to warm up to 130 for 5 sets of 6. All these squat sets felt pretty good, and certainly felt slower than they looked watching them back. Now I'm probably being over analytical and thinking a bit too much about it, but these squats do have a slight rotation when you see them from the side, which is probably originating from my shoulder, which could have then gone on to affect my left hip, which is the opposite side. If you look at this set here, you can see my right side is slightly twisting in front at the bottom of the squat, and then when I filmed from the front, you can see the left side, which is my right side, is slightly raised up because my trap is really tight. Just that shoulder just takes forever to get warm and never fully sits into position. And I also have a slight shift over to the right, being my left side, or that could just be my left hip not opening up fully, which just gives the illusion that I'm shifting over to that side that got injured a few years ago. Now, I'm not saying you need to get a big tripod and camera, big fancy setup like myself, but it's always good to film yourself so you've got something to look at and review things if things felt off, or even see how you have progressed in terms of technique, ability or bar speed, or if you have a coach and you want some analysis from them. But I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing 6s for, but I've got a goal in mind of at least another 4 weeks, ending on 140 for 5 sets of 6, and then on deadlifts probably around 170 for these sets of 5. There were some surprisingly okay sets of squats, apart from this right shoulder giving me a bit of jib, but still got them done. Now getting these knee sleeves on, I had probably every lifter's favourite struggle is getting them over my calves, which means my calves are growing, which is a nice thing. Ow! I can't even get them off now. Oh. But now we're on to deadlifts for 5 sets of 5, which will be at 160 kilos. Well, it's going to be interesting because for the last week I've had one of those like skin tags under my thumb, and it's been swollen all week, and it's only just starting to go down, so hook grip is going to be interesting. I'm not a fan of mixed grip because that was not a massive risk, but that's like the unevenness and the risk of the bicep tear. So we're going to take a minute and get warmed up for those. And that is 160 loaded and ready to go. Going to take another minute rest and then start the first working set. And one thing I forgot to point out is that you probably noticed that I don't wear headphones during my warm-ups or during sort of accessory movements, apart from lunges because they suck. And that's just because I can't remember if it's a study or I'm just making this up because of what I found myself. But I find like I can get too hyped listening to music too soon. You want to save it for those top end sets. For example, when you're a powerlifting comp, I tend to listen to music until I'm on deadlifts, saving that energy, so I don't want to sort of drain my adrenaline too soon. So I'm going to get the headphones on and hopefully hit 5 sets of 5 quite comfortably. Seeing that Eleco kit loads like this makes me mind blown, thinking that people can easily clean this and even snatch this weight, which is just amazing me. And here I am, kind of struggling to do sets of 5 on deadlifts, which is, to me, is just madness. Anyway, these all felt rather nice and strong today, and I could actually feel hamstrings working, finally doing their job during deadlifts, not just my rectors and quads. This sort of semi-dynamic start seems to definitely be helping with that. I think what also helped today is the kit that I use, because the bar has a tiny little bit of a whip to it, so kind of like a deadlift bar, whereas if I was using a stiff bar with the plates, they would feel a lot harder. So this is definitely a bit of an ego boost for today's session. So next time I train at work, I'm definitely going to be using this kit again. Deadlifts done. Thumb staying intact pretty well, apart from the inside. Just there, I don't know why. That's what got cast. I thought that was going to tear at one point. This thumb, when it's longer, tends to just get caught up, and I always end up wrapping this thumb more, and I can get 3 fingers over this one, like 2.5. It's got one mobile thumb, but anyway, clear away, and then on to some walking lunges. These lunges felt very quaddy. I'm not sure that was because of the position of the weight being a lot lower down, close to the leg, rather than having it slamming on my back, or due to me having a slightly shortened stride. as this turf's only about 6 meters from the wall to the door, and I was just about getting 9 reps each time. They also felt a lot less fatiguing, but I'm not sure that was due to me using a short strides, engaging my quads more, or the fact that I was getting a couple of seconds break to turn around, bend and each set, or maybe between each length. But by the end of each set, my legs were definitely feeling the burn. So this is where the fun begins. On a 12-minute EMOM of 10 burpees. 2 more minutes than last week, only 20 more reps, but it's going to suck just as much, if not more. So let's get stuck into it, shall we? Ready to front one. This was just as disgusting as I thought and you think it would be, but slightly enjoyable in a sadistic kind of way. First couple rounds taking around 25 seconds, which I thought was decent, but then they quickly dropped off to around 30 seconds or just above. But I think next week I'll push it to a 15-minute EMOM, again 10 reps, then back down to 10 minutes, aiming for 12 reps, and repeat that cycle. I'm thinking right now I'd love to finish on 20 reps per minute, but that will take quite a while to get back to that level of burpee fitness, which I think I've had before. I might just be making that up. Also, because I'm not used to this volume, my chest pretty much blew up, so bench press is going to be interesting on Wednesday in 2 days time. For the first 2 rounds of these, something I forgot to mention is that I'm trying to focus on hinging more and keeping my feet out of my hands. But as you can see, after a while it started to go a little bit wider and turn more into a bit of a squat jump. Once I've taken a few minutes to compose myself, I'll just finish with a little bit of accessory work with these farmer's walks, going in sort of like a figure 8 corner to corner, just to get a bit more distance in there, and super up into some turkey syrup just for some extra abdominal work, which is something I've definitely neglected over the last few weeks. I need to bring it back in. And this is going to be lunch. First time I'm actually trying noodles with boiling water. Hopefully they turn out alright. Got the chicken flavoured noodles, got the seasoning here along with a chicken sandwich. Now, that was a pretty decent session. I think I didn't eat enough yesterday, so that's probably a factor of why Mondays aren't very good. But that was a good session, and probably because Fridays aren't the best training here. It's because it's the end of the week and I'm very tired, so that could be a factor there. But that was a rather surprisingly good session, so a good start to the week. Planned on doing extra hamstring glute work, but I decided against it because I'm not running, but I'm all going to be doing my intervals tomorrow, so I want my legs to be a bit fresher for that. I'm not just doing an extra run, so see how that pays off for tomorrow's intervals. I'm going to do the 400 metres by 10 by 400 metres with a minute walk in between. I found walking last week it was much better. I don't know when I stopped walking between them. There's just 1 week I just started jogging between, and wondered why they were getting worse when last week I walked between and got better. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to eat this. I've got 45 minutes to get fresh before coaching again, and that's going to be it for today. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new, smash subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one, which is going to be an upper body session over at Pure Gym on Wednesday. So I will see you all there. Peace.